Hey guys, it's Andre here again from Elite Exposure, and I've got another great video for you guys today. I'm going to show you the exact lead generation strategy specifically for plumbing companies that install hot water systems. Now, before moving on with this video, I want to give you a quick little bit of background. I actually am a plumber. I've installed hundreds of these hot water units. I was installing 2 a day back in my apprenticeship days. Residential, that is. I've done my general plumbing, gas fitting, drainage. This is the company that I used to work for. We did all of this. And now I've owned Elite Exposure for over 2 years now, where all we do is install lead generation systems for trade businesses so that they can get more leads, close more jobs, and get more revenue. So what this video is going to be about today is how to get more leads for your hot water company. So I'm going to give you a general overview in this entire video, and then I'll link separate videos for each different section so that you're more than welcome to implement all these steps yourself. But for this video, I'm going to explain to you each step of the funnel, what exactly we're doing to get leads and how we're turning those leads into jobs. Let's get straight into it. First things first, we have our top of funnel, and what top of funnel means is the top of the funnel where we're getting attention. So how are people even finding out about us, and then what we're doing with that to turn them into a lead. We obviously have word of mouth referrals, which most of you should be getting. But then beyond word of mouth referrals, what are you doing to actively get more referrals? Because these referrals that you could be getting, if you have some systems in place to get more referrals, it's basically free leads on autopilot. So I've got a video I can link down below specifically about word of mouth referrals and how to install systems so you can get more referrals for free. This is definitely something you want to be working on for your business, because you're basically paying nothing for these leads and they're going to close a lot higher than some of these other top of funnel activities that we're going to talk about. Next thing you want to do for your hot water company is make sure your Google Maps listing is top tier. You want to make sure that everything in your Google Maps listing is filled out. You're regularly posting photos, you're regularly getting reviews. And if you do this, again, you're going to get a lot of free leads that are going to convert very highly as well. Next thing you want to do is really work on the SEO on your website. And if you don't know what SEO is, it's basically when someone looks up plumber for hot water or really any keyword, your website just shows up number one. This is a very worthwhile investment because a lot of people skip the ads and they will go to the number one results. So if you combine SEO with Google ads, you're going to do very well and you're going to take up a lot of real estate for someone actively looking for hot water. Now, out of everything on this list, SEO and Google ads are going to be your primary way of getting leads. Most people get their hot water taken care of when they need it. And what I mean by that, and you obviously know, is that when their hot water is leaking, it's not working, pressure is rubbish, anything like that. So when they need it, that's when they'll get it. That's why you want to position your business in the places that people would be looking when they have an issue. And Google is the best place to be. Next, we're going to talk about Facebook ads. Now, this is a really interesting one because I don't see a lot of people doing Facebook ads for hot water, and it is a very underestimated way of getting leads, and I can show you some examples in a second regarding Facebook ads. But the whole reason you want to be doing Facebook ads is because everyone uses Facebook ads, and they might very well have an issue with their hot water, but they're just not willing to sort it out right now. But if you put the right ad in front of them, you could very well secure a job just with Facebook ads. And the Facebook ads are going to be a lot cheaper than the Google ads. So the cost per acquisition ends up being very similar. And I can show you some results right now. Here we've got a Facebook ad account where this client only does hot water. And if we have a look here, we've got just under 200 leads over a 3-month period. We've got a $50 average cost per lead and a close rate of 70%. They're getting 200 leads. They're closing 70% of it. And that equals to 130 closed hot water jobs. So if we do 130 times average of $2,000 for the install, we've got $260,000 in revenue with only $10,000 spent. So the return on investment is definitely there. I can tell you now, there's not a lot of plumbers actively using Facebook ads, even though it does so well when you put the right offer in front of the right people. So I'll link a video on how to do that below. Next, we've obviously got Google ads, which you're most likely aware of. It's where your ad just shows up on Google when someone looks up for a hot water system. You definitely want to be doing this because when people need something, they look on Google, your ad shows up first, you get the lead. Next, a very underutilized piece of getting attention for your top of funnel, and that's Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook. You will be very surprised how many creators who are plumbers are doing this, and they are getting leads from all of these platforms. And I'll show you some examples. There's a friend of mine just in Melbourne, Victoria. He's got almost 20,000 followers on Instagram, and all he does is make funny videos about plumbers and plumbing. If you had 18,000 followers, how many leads do you think you're getting a day? And if you want to know, he's getting a dozen leads a day that he is not paying for. And that was when I spoke to him when he had 10,000 followers. Imagine how many leads he's getting every single day for free just for making content like this. Next, we'll have a look at some other plumbers. This guy here, Roger Wakefield, he does educational videos about plumbing. He has 600,000 subscribers. As a plumber, how many leads do you think this guy is getting every single day for someone local to him who wants some work done? This is a very underutilized thing, and if you're going to be in the game for a long time, it is in your best interest to start making content, because you will get a lot of organic leads that will, quite frankly, convert quite highly because they're already convinced that they want you to do the job. Whatever you charge them, it doesn't matter. They're going to do it. Now we're going to go a little further down the funnel and see how we're going to turn these visitors into a lead. Now, the very first thing that I need to touch on, do you invest in a website that has hot water products, or do you invest in a website that is just a regular website? And I can tell you now, both of them are going to make you money. If we have here, we've got Sun City Hot Water. These guys have just a hot water page, so their entire business is dedicated to hot water. And you can see there's not a lot of products on here, but these guys get plenty of leads. Next, we've got Australian Hot Water, and these guys do have products, and they do also get a lot of leads. So which one is right for you? It depends on budget. To set up a website with all of these products and to run a website like this in terms of advertising, it's going to cost you more, but you're going to get more leads. So in terms of profitability, you'll probably make more profit doing this because you can sort of charge whatever you want when your prices aren't advertised. But this, you can make more revenue because you're working a serious volume game. Our business was similar to this, where we had a whole bunch of products on there and people were actively inquiring about the products, and then we would just sell them the product with the installation. So both of them will work. You will get more volume if you have products like this. You'd make less money, but be more profitable doing this. So that's really up to you which path you want to take. You can definitely do both. Next, for our middle of funnel, we've got lead forms and landing page. If you're running ads, you definitely need a landing page. If you're going to do Google ads, you get the highest return on investment and get the most leads. In terms of Facebook ads, you can do both the landing page or a lead form. Now, this entirely depends on your situation. So do you have a really good phone system? Because if you have a really good phone system and a great sales team, you can absolutely use lead form so you can get more leads at a lower cost. They will be lower quality. If you've got the phone support to back it up and you've got a great sales team, I would be using the lead form. I wouldn't be using the landing page. But if you don't have a huge sales team, landing page would be better. So you get less leads at a higher cost, but you get better quality. Next thing we've got here is email signups. So these are people who want to get emails from you just based off your website. These can be good because you can email them for free and get free repeat work, or just someone that might be interested later down the line. Next thing we've got here is lead magnets. Now this is also very underutilized. Now these lead magnets, this is basically something you can give away for free in exchange for the user's information. I wouldn't say this is a vital thing you should be doing in your business, especially if you're making less than 6 figures a month. This is something I would consider when you're making 7 figures a month. And the reason for that is these lead magnets, you're basically advertising to give away free stuff in hopes that you will sell them something in the future. And these lead magnets can be as simple as a free guide on what to do if your hot water isn't working. We're just going to get rid of lead magnets because that just doesn't apply to us here. Next thing we want to do is, what are you going to do with the lead once you got them? Now, this is very important because the biggest drawback I see with trade businesses is they'll get the leads, but they won't know exactly what to do with it, or they don't have systems in place to actually deal with the lead to increase their chances of actually closing the lead. And what I mean by that is, just ask yourself, when you get a lead, what do? Do you call them straight away? Do you finish what you're doing and call them then? Do you set aside time later in the day to give them a call? Because if you're doing anything but calling them within 60 seconds, you are losing the lead. This is an actual scientific study that if you do not call your leads within 5 minutes of them inquiring with you, your chances of actually closing the lead dramatically fall off a cliff. Now, this is especially true with hot water because, like I said before, oftentimes people are only doing this because they have no hot water. So if you're waiting to call them, you may as well just not bother calling at all, because they would have called someone else who got on the phone with them earlier to close the job. So it's quite important that you have this in place. And there's a few ways of doing this, which I'll link a video down below. But essentially, you obviously want to call them within 60 seconds, ideally. That's your best chance of closing the lead. But at the same time, you want to just send some email and text message flows as well, just letting them know that you got their information and that you'll give them a call soon. These can be as simple as just sending them some case studies of how happy customers are after dealing with you. And this can help increase your conviction rate so that you can close more jobs without spending necessarily more money. So you want to follow this up with phone calls, some email flows, and some text messages as well. Just doing these things alone can dramatically increase your close rate for actually closing these jobs. Now that we've got the lead, we've warmed them up a little bit with our flows. Now we need to decide, are they unqualified, qualified, or not interested? If they are unqualified, you know what that means. They've gone with someone else, they don't need it anymore, they were just inquiring, or they don't actually have a hot water system, like they're just a renter, and obviously they can't be closed. You can send them to a referral offer. Basically, it's just a one-page email that says, hey, if you know anyone that needs a hot water system, then we'll give you a $100 gift voucher to whatever, and we'll give your friend a $100 gift voucher as well. It's just something nice you can do to turn this unqualified lead that might actually give you a bit of business back, because you've already spent money and time getting the lead and getting them to this point. You may as well send something their way that might actually get you a little bit of business in some return. If they're not interested for whatever reason, we can just send them to an infinite email flow where we keep sending them emails just every single month, just reminding them about who we are, what we do. And they might actually call us to do some plumbing work. Maybe they'll call us in the future to get the hot water done, maybe a renovation. It's just keeping them in the loop, because this lead might turn into a customer at some point. So there's no point of just throwing it away. We may as well just keep them in the email flow. If they're qualified and they need a hot water system, next thing I would do is send them to a warm-up page. And this warm-up page basically says, here's what we can do. Here's all the amazing reviews that we have. Here's all the happy customers. Here's some photos of our work. Just more proof that we're the guys for the job. And regardless of price, you should choose us. This is what you want on the page. And it's basically, it'll help you close more jobs, because you'll get people that are actually interested in looking at this stuff. Next thing you want to do is have an appointment setter. Now, some of these you can quote over the phone. Some of these you can't. You can just do with photos. So essentially you have someone that calls them to actually book on a site visit, or to get some photos off them so you can quote the job. Then you get the site visit done, or you get the photos, you get the quote approved that you send them, and then the job is sold. And at any point, if they fall off, we can refer them back to the referral offer to see if they've got anyone that they might know, and we've given them an incentive to do it as well. And then finally, you've got a closed job. Well done. And even when the job is sold, we can still again keep sending them to the referral offer. And if this referral offer is any good, people are going to take you up on it, and all of a sudden you're magically going to get more leads that you otherwise wouldn't have had. So that's basically what this funnel looks like. I'm not sure if you noticed, I haven't included any flyers. Me personally, we've done so well without flyers that I just haven't included it. If you need a lead generation system just like this one, and you want to see how we can implement this for your business within 7 days, you can book a call directly with me below, and I can show you how it's done, and we can get started. So if you're a plumbing company installing hot water systems and you could benefit from a lead generation system just like this, you can actually book a call with me below, and we can install this for your business, and you can start getting leads within 7 days.